Let me show you a popular book that's easy to read about motivational interviewing. It's by William Miller and Stephen Rolnick, called Motivational Interviewing. These people came at it from the substance abuse field, but it's good for any kind of major decision-making, recovery from any kind of condition. Next book I want to share with you, next tool, is by a friend of mine who works at the PAC program in Madison, Wisconsin, Ron Diamond. It's called Instant Psychopharmacology. Many people just take pills rather than using pills. You say, what pills do you take? Oh, the blue one and the pink one. And why do you take it? Because the doctor tells me to. If you're going to actually recover, you're going to learn to use medications better. Get information, there's a lot of information and misinformation on the web. Sort through things. This book is a reliable doctor who's writing in English and anybody can read. There's other sources as well. Learn about your pills. If you're going to make a lifelong investment in something, or at least very long, learn about it. Don't just trust that it's going to work out okay and then get mad when it doesn't. Another tool I want to share is from a lady named Marianne Copeland, called Wellness Recovery Action Plans. Wellness Recovery Action Plans is you making your own toolkit of how to get yourself better in recovery. What things do you need to do to stay well when you're doing pretty good? When you're under some modest stress and things are struggling, what do you need to add to get through that? When things are really bad and under stress, what do you need to add to that? And when they're in giant crisis, what do you need to add to that? This is your own kind of personal medication toolbox of what kind of meds, what kind of family connections, what kind of work, what kind of rest, what kind of exercise, what kind of vacations, what kind of meditations. What do you got in your life that you can do to build your own toolbox? Because you're not going to get over recovery by saying, I'm going to go to the doctor, he's going to give me a pill and get it better. You're going to have to do stuff that takes control of your own life if you're going to get there. This is a workbook for those of you who like writing in workbooks and going through exercises that you can come up with these things. A similar product is something called Advanced Directives. These are available in a number of states, including California. It does not have a lot of weight of law in California that says, like we talk about for when you're physically ill, if you die, what do you want to have happen? Because you might not be able to make decisions. If you have a psychiatric illness, it makes it so sometimes you can't make good decisions. What do you want to have happen? Do it proactively, write it down. I know that sometimes I get terribly manic or psychotic or intoxicated and then I don't know what's going on. Here's what I'd like to have happening. Please hand this to my doctor. Here's what I'd like you to call to make decisions. This is the person I want to make decisions for me. When I'm there, I prefer this hospital. I'd rather not have this medication because it gives me this side effects. I do better like this or that, so that the doctor who's seeing you likely has never met you before and a total stranger and you're in a terrible crisis will have a blueprint from you at your best moment that says, this is what I'd like having done even if I can't explain it right now because I'm in a big crisis. This is a tool for you to keep control of your life even when your illness has control over you. Because when you get down to the end, recovery is not cure. Recovery is not when the illness goes away and you're fine. Recovery is when you've got some control of the illness instead of it controlling you. You're doing things to keep your life intact and to keep hope going. You're doing things in your life that gives your life meaning. You've got roles besides being a sick person. And when you've replaced professional supports with self-help, natural supports, and family around you. When you've gone on with your life, you've recovered with your illness, whether you've got symptoms or not. And for most of these various serious mental illnesses, cure is unrealistic, recovery is quite realistic. We've learned how to work on it, we've got mental health programs to do it, there's tools, families can support this vision of hope, and it's a realistic hope. And that is where I believe the future of mental health is going. We're working hard around this country. We've got thousands of people, and we need you to help push this movement further as well. Thank you for spending time with me on this webinar.